My name is Blueski, and this is my first time doing this. I've always shied away from doing stuff like this, so I'm kind of new at it. But you got to start out somewhere. So the reason that prompted me to do this is something happened to me this week, and I knew it was coming down the pipeline, but it is what it is. I don't like that phrase. It happened. I expected it, and it came through. So I guess I had something like a revelation on my couch this morning, and I got to thinking, what is my purpose? I've always told my calling is a lot of things, but the number one thing that really makes me laugh is when people say, your calling is a pastor. Look, if I was a pastor, I'd be that pastor that was in Africa that had all those women bent over naked on the beach saying, give yourself to me, then you get into heaven. Yeah, that'd be me. But we'll save that for another day. But a lot of people that know me, they say that I'm very funny, I'm hilarious, and I should be a comedic. I've been kind of thinking about maybe going down that road, but that's not my area of expertise. So I don't know, who knows what this video may lead me to. But I tell very funny stories. I personally, you're your worst critic. I personally do not think that they're funny. I'm very sarcastic and I have a vicious wit. And I think that comes off to other people as being funny, comedic. So I decided to try it out for maybe a month or two. I'm going to start uploading YouTube videos of me telling stories. But the thing about my stories is they're all true. So I'm going to try that out and see what the response is that I get from that and go from there. Now, let me give you a little bit about myself. I'm from the United States. I'm an alcoholic, but I'm not anonymous. That's it. That's all I got. Now, let's get into the story. Now, I'm going to start this first story off. It's going to be called Regurgitation. So just remember that name, Regurgitation. Now, a couple of years back, maybe in my 20s, I don't know if it was probably early or mid 20s, I was very promiscuous. I'm a guy, so I'm getting out there soaking my royal oats, whatever that term is. So there was this chat line where I'm from, and it was called City Chat. So you had to dial in, and I still remember the number. It's like 421-2428, and you had to keep dialing simultaneously to get in. And probably like after 30 repetitive dials, you got in. And this is what it was said. Hello, you reached City Chat, America's favorite hotline. Now, for the naughty room, press 1. For the singles, press 2. You get the drift with this. So, I was on there faithfully, and my peak days were Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays until 2 o'clock p.m. That's when, I was doing all my most things. I was like, I take it back. This particular incident, I was like 17. Yeah. So let me start. I met this lady. She was like 37, and again, I'm not even 20. So it's still a statutory rape to some type of degree. So I met her, we started fooling around. So, I'm thinking she's experienced. She can teach me some things. Because, I got tired of watching porn. I really wasn't learning much. And really wasn't a good selection of girls at that time, that I knew of that didn't have herpes or chlamydia or something like that. But, she was nice. She was older. She had a kid. We always played around when the child was at school or locked up in jail or something. So yeah, so when he was in jail, I had to spend the night. Didn't have to worry about jumping out the window or anything like that. So when I met her, she said she's experienced. She'll give me the best deep throat ever. And me, I'm like, fuck yeah. So we hooked up, and probably the third time was when she probably felt comfortable enough to start giving me deep throat services. As a matter of fact, her nickname that I gave her was Agent Deep Throat. So she called me over. I rode my bicycle over, and I walked in, she had some strawberries and stuff. I don't eat fruit, so they just sat there. I did pick the cheese and ate a little bit of caramel sauce. So she was like, come into my room, baby. So I was like, all right. So, I'm ready. Young guys, I don't, at that time, foreplay, whatever. I didn't want to do it. I just want to get straight to the point and leave. So, I done stripped down. I'm in the bed laying here, and, I'm like this. Yeah, feeling like the man. Oh, God, I'm, sorry. That's not sweat. I just haven't washed this shirt in about 4 days. But it's my gym shirt, so don't judge me. So, she started, kissing on me, moving down slowly. At this point, I just, want to push her head down, but every time I try to put my head and push her down, she would stop. And I was like, okay, I got it. So when she finally made it down there 3 hours later, she started giving me services, and I was like, okay, this feels good. All right, this is, I don't mind holding out for this because it feels really good, right? So she started deep throating. Now, I remind you, let me go ahead and kind of set the stage for you. I've never heard of deep throat, and I've never had it done to me. So the sound effects caught me off guard. So I'm like, are you choking? She's going out. So I'm like, whoa, are you choking? She's like, nah, lay back, baby, I got this. I'm like, okay. So, she continued, and she went all the way down. And I was like, wow, I gave her a colonoscopy of the throat with my penis, pretty much. So it was great. But then she started jerking with it. So I was like, what's going on? So then the jerks became more aggressive. And you know how cats do when they're getting ready to strike a fight? They arch, they bite like those witches cats. That's what she started doing. But her stomach, there's no bones right here. So all this meat, stomach pouch and all that, it looks like a wave of it looked like a mini tsunami trying to form. So I'm like, what the heck is going on? So she's and then I just happened to feel that while my penis was inside her esophagus, there was a little extra moisture. So I was like, okay. And then I thought I felt something. The only way that I can describe it is if you stick your finger in some gel, like hair gel, and you feel like a solid substance in there, like, I don't know, a piece of meat. That's what it felt like. In this case, would have been the hamburger that she ate before doing this. So she's going down and she's like gagging, and now that I know what it is, she was gagging, but obviously she didn't have control over her gag reflexes, and she vomited on my penis. So I'm sitting here like, I didn't know what to do. I wasn't using baby wipes at the time. There wasn't a towel readily available. There's just bacon, lettuce, bits of tomatoes, a little bit of acid, from the stomach, acid reflex, and bread and stuff, and it's just oozing down my scrotum sac. So I was well, maybe this is a part of the process. Maybe she put something in her mouth, as a prop or something. And then she got up and she went, oh, I'm sorry, baby. Let me wipe you up. I said, is this vomit? She's like, yeah, I clean it up. It happens sometime. I said, sometimes? You threw up on my dick. I can't put this in nobody else now, at least for a month. And vomit stinks. It smells worse than doo-doo. So the smell was, hair holds odor. So the smell was in my hair follicles for a while. So, I had to use my stepdad's clips at the time to shave off my hair, to get the smell off, rub it, taking a bath and bleach and stuff every day. So the moral of the story is, make sure that when a woman is going down on you, that she has gag certification and that she can readily show you, because you don't want her throwing up on your penis. It's not a good thing. I like food, I like foreplay, I just don't like it pre-decomposed on my penis. plus the smell. So that was that. So I got another story coming up. I'm going to post that one maybe in a couple of hours, and we'll see how this goes. Peace.